Hey guys, Graven here. What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of How to Effectively Use. And today we're going to be taking a look at Black Panther, the classic version of Black Panther. I don't have the theatrical version. Both of them have really good stats that can be used for certain things. This guy is a boss on defense and offense. Plain and simple, he can be used for both. Right now, I think he's pretty low-key a character that would be really good for the Ming-Na's Cavalry Challenge, in the fact that once you get to a certain point in that challenge, you don't do crit damage anymore. So it's hard to do any kind of damage outside of additional damage, which if you have a Black Panther at a high level, take a look at it right here. His signature ability does a lot more bleed. So what you're losing in not doing crit damage, you're going to be making up for that with the bleed. T'Challa's fists give way to cat-like claws, carving limitless lacerations in his target with an 8% chance. Each dealing 64.3% of your attack as direct damage over 7 seconds. It doesn't seem like a lot, 8% chance, but now he can stack a lot of bleeds. I've seen him do it. My guy's sitting at level 80, so he's got a lot more chance to do it. Let's go ahead while we're in here and take a look at his others. Abilities, critical hits. Critical hits lacerate opponents with a 70% chance, inflicting bleed damage for 55% of your attack over 3 seconds. Special attacks. Damage increases by 5% for each instance of bleed on the target. It's not too shabby. Special attack 1. Strikes multiple times. Each hit has an additional 21% chance to crit hit. Special attack 2. Strikes multiple times. Each hit has an additional 25% chance to crit hit. And special attack 3. For each instance of bleed on the target at the time of impact, there's an 82% chance to inflict another bleed, dealing 54% of your attack as direct damage over 5.5 seconds. This guy could literally bleed out the rest of everyone in there. And he actually does some synergy bonuses with the other characters. He doesn't technically. I mean, right here you see his synergy bonuses: Deadpool, Storm, and Iron Fist and Immortal Iron Fist. But if you throw him on a team with another group, then it's pretty boss. Really, the biggest thing I think going forward with things like Ming-Na's Cavalry Challenge and some of the other ones is all skill. I know that a lot of people hate skill characters, and they did. But this is really the key point where you have to use a lot of them. Now, just give me a second here. We'll set up a team and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so as you can see here, we've actually set up a team that is completely comprised of skill characters. And this is for the Ming-Na's Cavalry Challenge. I haven't finished it. Probably not going to. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But this is a pretty banging team. You get 15% power gain. So that's pretty awesome. And you get a 25% crit damage. So that's pretty cool too. And you also get Black Widow, who is absolutely almost essential for Ming-Na's Cavalry Challenge. Black Widow or Scarlet Witch at high levels. So that's pretty banging in my eyes. That's a pretty good setup there. Also, another good placement for Black Panther is the enhanced bleed node in Alliance Wars defense. Especially if you've got a high level one, he's going to bleed them out pretty quick. Pretty bad. It's not looking good for the other team as far as that goes. Let's get back in here and look at Black Panther, because we didn't finish up. We went over the abilities. He has bleed 5 and precision 4, so I just want to cover that. My guy is sitting at rank 3, level 30 of 30, so he's not quite up there as high as some of the other ones, but I do have my 5-star as well. Got a 5-star awakened one. He could do some damage. 8% chance. 28.7% of your attack. So he's pretty cool. I mean, I could even throw him on the team. It would kind of detriment it as far as the power goes. So I mean, I could even replace him, and he'd be a higher level Black Panther going in than the one that I've got there. But his signature ability just isn't awakened as much, so that's kind of the downfall to it. But I guess, you know, we can kind of get a look at all three of these guys. Because I've got the 5-star, the 4-star, and the 3-star all awakened. So let me go ahead and set up those fights. And we'll just take a look at how much bleed damage we can possibly do with OG Black Panther. Alright, so here's our first matchup. Now, it's not like the one yesterday, where we ended up actually going up against somebody that was a lot higher than us. We've actually ended up going back up against someone that's lower. It may have reset the counter whenever we lost to Thor. I don't know. I just want to take a look, though. Let's just see. Because there's nothing fancy. There's nothing special. Look at that. Look at that bleed. Look at it. So many stacks of bleed. We could just kind of sit back almost and just let the guy bleed out. Ooh, he stunned us. Come on, get some. Boom. I like his specials too. I'm glad that they decided to give new specials to the theatrical version, because I think that makes him special in and of himself as well. He's kind of unique as it is anyway, but I like the fact that they did add that little extra touch to it, and the fact that they're not rehashing as much stuff as they once used to. That was kind of annoying that they would do that for so long, and it's just, I don't know. There's our 4-star. Now his lacerate is at level 80, so he should bleed Nightcrawler like a stuck pig. I'm hoping he does at least. We'll see. Nightcrawler's a pretty bad champion to go up against because of the fact that he can evade and bamf and go all over the place on us, but we're going to give it a go here and see what happens. Oh, see that? That's the thing that I don't like. We're not getting nearly as much bleed as I would have liked. But he just like poofs out of nowhere and then he comes back. So, I mean, we handled him no issue. Now, he wasn't awakened, and he wasn't a really high level either. So it wasn't like it was that big of a challenge anyway. But I like Black Panther. I really do. I think Black Panther could do some damage in that Ming-Na's Cavalry challenge, and it wouldn't be as bad, because I know that a lot of people were having an issue with how long the fights take. Ooh, well, let's take him up against his buddy. Let's take him up against his buddy Iron Fist here. I say buddy because they've got a synergy bonus here, but still not an awakened character. I would actually love to have Iron Fist as a 5-star. I think that'd be really cool. That 3-star, the 3-star did us really good on the bleed. We ended up with 2 on that one. 2 consecutive bleeds. Now, let's just think here for a second. You know, you end up going into a extended fight like the ones in Ming-Na's Cavalry Challenge, and you got to think the possibilities of actually bleeding them are greater than what we're getting here in these fights, because of the fact that these fights aren't going to take nearly as long, obviously, as something like that would, because those guys have tons and tons of health. So there's tons of opportunities right there to bleed them like crazy. So it's just the nature of it. And I think he's great for offense and defense in both of those facts, because there are enhanced bleed nodes in Alliance Wars. And then you've got the bleed nodes where you can stick him and that's extra bleed on top of bleed. So I like that. I like Black Panther. I think he's an overall rounded, really good character. And I don't think a lot of people liked him for the longest time, mostly because of willpower. But now, with willpower only being limited to 1 stack of a certain ability and buff, he's a lot better now, because you can use him in that aspect. And that's all he gives them, is bleed. So that's the only that one time. That's all they're going to be able to buff off of it with the willpower. The rest of the time, he's just going to be stacking bleed on top of bleed, and it's just going to counteract anything that willpower does. So, I like him. I like him a lot. Black Panther is an awesome character. He's always been a really awesome character, but now that things have changed. He's a little bit more out there in the spotlight. And just keep in mind, if you're doing Ming-Na's Cavalry Challenge, try him out. I think he could be low-key one of the good characters that's going to help you get through that push that you need to get through. But, alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you are new to the channel and you're enjoying this series, please consider leaving a sub on it. I'm going to try and do one every single day until we get through every single one of the characters. If you enjoyed this video, and you're still enjoying the videos, please leave a like on it. And as always, guys, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Later!
'Cause we scream, fight, hate, cry. No one's ever backing down.